Hey guys, Mike Chye here in Singapore, and today is going to be a fast food day. I noticed there's a lot of unique items, the local Jollibee menu, the local Burger King menu, so we're going to go try those out. But for breakfast, pork belly rice. So this is a Taiwanese place that sells ro fan, braised pork over rice. I also got another Taiwanese classic, oyster rice noodles, and this is their signature bubble tea. Oh, that's so creamy and good. Oh, very nice. And before getting to the food, a big thank you and shout out to the sponsor of this video, Surfshark VPN. I've been talking about Surfshark and the importance of using a VPN for several years now, and I highly stress this. Everyone should be using a VPN. Nowadays, everybody's personal information is online, and there's so many people trying to gain access to it. And there's so many people, including data aggregators, marketing companies, social media, everyone's trying to gain access to your personal info. And nowadays, everybody's traveling more. You're connected to all sorts of different hotspots, like at cafes, airports, train stations. A lot of times they even tell you it's not secure, and these are great opportunities for these people to gain access to your private info. I'm sure we all had this happen to us when we're searching for something online or chatting with our friends about something. All of a sudden, products related to whatever we're talking about start appearing everywhere. That's one of the most basic examples of digital snooping, where people can gain access to your IP address and actually find out your real-time location. And this has happened to someone I know. So what a VPN is a virtual private network, and what Surfshark VPN does is secures and encrypts your personal information before it goes over the internet. So people who you don't want having access to your private info, they're not gonna have access to it. And honestly, it is really scary when people gain access to your private information. Another reason I use Surfshark VPN is on the entertainment side. So if you ever wondered what Netflix movies and videos look like in another country, you can actually use Surfshark VPN to change your location to another country. It makes streaming services like Netflix think that you're in that country, and you get to check out their movie and TV shows. Or when you're overseas, like I am right now, I'm using Surfshark every day to put my location back in the US so I can gain access to my US streaming services, and to even do basic things like pay bills or update my account on certain major US websites. It's really weird. A lot of big websites won't even function for you when you're overseas. I mean, it is really a scary digital world out there, and Surfshark really does a lot to help your private information from being taken. So if you want to give it a try, go to my link down below. Use my promo code MikeyChan. You'll get 83% off your order, plus 3 additional months for free, and you can try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it for any reason, get your money back. Food is here. First of all, ro fan, braised pork over rice. You get a marinated egg. You see all the nice fatty pieces of the pork. Oh, that is so melty and nice. A characteristic of this dish is that you gotta get tons of fatty pieces of the pork, and the fat will just melt over the steamy hot rice, and then your rice is just gonna get saturated by all that delicious melty fat. So you mix this together and get all the hot rice touching the fat, and this thing is just gonna become a hot, porky, melty mess. This is so good. I've had a couple of really good ro fan here in Singapore. One is at this place called Win Lee inside of Hawker Center. This is the other one. I think this ties that place as my favorite in Singapore. Marinated egg is delicious. Rice is so porky and fatty and melts in your mouth with a hint of subtle sweetness. And a marvelous gelatinous-y, umami-filled aftertaste. It's one of the best boiled ro fan I've had anywhere. The aroma itself from this thing is enough to wake you up and get you started on your day. And the scallions does a really good job cutting into the fat as well. I mean, Sembawang Road is a little trek from where I am right now. This is worth it on its own. Really good. Also, their other signature dish, the salt and pepper fried chicken. Chicken's delicious. The skin is really crispy after you crunch into it. I would like it a little more peppery, but this is good. I'm actually so excited for this dish right here. This is a plate of fried large intestines, and they crispy this up. Look at that. A little dipping sauce for this as well. They definitely fried these large intestines for a long time. Now they're crunchy and a little chewy with a slight bit of funk. The dipping sauce is some sort of peanutty sauce. I think some pieces are definitely a little chewier than I would have liked. Oh, I think if you want something fried here, definitely go for the chicken. One more thing to try. This is another classic Taiwanese dish. Rice noodles, and I got the large intestines on top and a bit of crispy, I think it's fried onions. This dish is so famous in Taiwan. It's known for its kind of slimy, thick, rich consistency, and you basically just eat this with a spoon. And I would recommend a ton of vinegar. This whole thing is very, very rich. I would say a ton of vinegar, chilies to kind of balance out the thick, rich flavor of this bowl of noodles. Now we're talking. The chilies are so good here. And this thing with a hit of vinegar, and the vinegar really does balance out the rich, fatty gravy in these noodles. I think this actually goes really well with the fried chicken. For one thing, the crispy texture goes really nice with this. Cover it with the noodles and gravy. The large intestines in this are so tender and delicious. This is completely different. Once you add in the vinegar and the chilies, it goes so well with the fried foods. I think I like the large intestines here more than I do the fried intestines. This is so tender and nice. Much less of a funky flavor too. Overall best thing here, definitely the braised pork over rice. That thing, it just tastes so fatty without being overly greasy, which is something that's really hard to do with that dish. I really should have got multiple bowls of this. Some of the best Loro fun you can find anywhere. Lunch number 2 at this restaurant called Sen-ryo. This restaurant is one of the most hard to get into Japanese restaurants in Singapore. Sometimes you have to make reservations months in advance. There's sushi, there's sashimi, there's Japanese barbecue, there's shabu, there's soups. Everything looks amazing. This is gonna be really good. Start off, got a sushi platter and a sashimi plate and a wagyu don. That is spectacular. Seared shrimp is so sweet. I know there's gonna be even sweeter seared scallops. I don't think you can get more melt in your mouth than that bite right there. My scallop literally dissolves as soon as it touches your tongue. Just when I got done saying how melting in your mouth the scallop shark, that was the salmon belly. Ever since I started eating more sushi now, I love abori. I miss it, so whenever I get a chance to eat it, I do. Every piece is magnificent. The rice is vinegary. It's not too much. It's perfect balance, perfect ratio of fish to rice. And if you go from right to left, it just gets more and more melting in your mouth until you come to this, the El Toro. Which is the grand finale to an amazing abori train. This tesseract is so beautiful. Crab cooked in its own innards, steaming hot crab meat. There's some caviar. It's just its own miso. Mix this up. This is something I'm so excited about. And this is why I'm mad every time I get the crab, but the innards are thrown away. Trust me, this is the best part of the crab. It's overwhelmingly good. That innards, it's just pure umami. Get that nice texture of the crab meat as well. Put it on a little toasty. You taste the sweetness of the crab, and of course, it's a heavy flavor of the miso that just shakes your body with every single bite. I've only found a few Japanese places where they serve you crab like this, where they mix the crab meat, mix it in with the innards, serve it to you, and you just eat that with some bread or cracker, or just off a spoon if you want to. It's just the best thing. If you ever see that on the menu, I highly recommend getting it. Of course, you get the additional popping texture from the caviar as well. It's just my favorite thing. Also, I wanted to try this. This is the wagyu don, of course. Beautiful golden egg on top. Slices of perfectly fatty, deliciously thin wagyu. And you can just dunk the meat in there. Give this a nice little mix. Oh yeah, get all that beautiful egg yolk and sauce all over the rice and beef. It's actually really good wagyu. The beef really melts in your mouth. The rice is delicious. Enjoying that with some of the crunchy, sweet, caramelized onions, which brings a nice subtle sweetness to the rice. If you can, find a little wasabi and mix it in here. And let that wasabi cut into the fatty beef a little bit. Makes this even more perfect. This is a very high quality wagyu don. I've just been getting a lot of random dishes here because I open the menu and literally want to try everything called Toro. Unbelievable how good and how melting in your mouth that is. All the sashimi sushi dishes here, top notch. And I think the price is really fair too for what you're getting. Also, this is something I always get. I love soba so much. So whenever I can, cold soba noodles. The texture is so nice. I love that subtle sweetness of the buckwheat flavor too. I really think this is something that goes really well with the wagyu don. The wagyu don is so fatty. Next dish just arrived. This is charcoal grilled chicken thigh on a sizzling hot pan with a little yuzu on the side. You can still hear the sizzle from the chicken, but you can tell this is definitely cooked on charcoal. That's a beautiful char on the meat. Dip it a little bit. You gotta try this if you come here. This is borderline magic. The chicken is so tender, a little bit of bitterness from the char, which is lovely. It's super juicy. You can taste that this is fresh off the grill. I think this is like a little bit of yuzu chilies. It's spicy, it's citrusy. This is a spectacular dish. And it also goes really well with the soba. Goes really well with the soba. Last savory item is a soy nabe hot pot. This is also on their must-try list here. And the broth is made out of scallops, soybeans, and vegetables. Oh, it's so nice. Very mild, creamy, sweet, with a nice subtle seafoody flavor. Of course, it's even made sweeter when you take a bite of that succulent snow crab. Chase it with some of that nice broth and tofu. If you want something really seafoody and very mild, very crabby and yummy, you'll really like this pot. So far, the food here is definitely one of the best seafood places I've been to here in Singapore, if not the best. The ingredients are so fresh, the sushi, sashimi, everything is made with so much care and intricacy. This is very much some top-notch food. And again, I think the prices are pretty fair for what I'm getting. So if you are ever in Singapore and you want some Japanese food, I would highly recommend this place, but make sure you get a reservation. Oh, this cabbage is very nice as well. There's some noodles underneath, but the cabbage soaked up all that great sweet broth. I love nabe hot pot, and they just told me they refill the broth for free for one time. That's awesome, because you definitely want some more of that broth. It's very rare I enjoy Napa cabbage that much. In dessert, peach sorbet in a peach. I'm telling you guys, I don't usually like sorbet. I don't. This is some life-changing sorbet. It literally tastes like someone just went and picked a fresh peach and just, I don't know, sorbet it. It's so good and refreshing, and it's so peachy. It's just the most perfect dessert. One of my favorite fast food places, the happiest fast food place on the planet, in my opinion, Jollibee. I mean, it's a happy looking bee that serves one of the best fast food fried chicken in the world. Why wouldn't you be happy when you eat there? So I walked by the local Jollibee, I think last week, and I saw that on their menu they had a couple things I really wanted to try. First of all, a nasi lemak chicken combo with fried chicken, sambal, bilish, little crunchy anchovies, and the other one is a chili chicken joy. So this just looks like a chicken joy, but smothered in chili sauce. Of course, gotta get a peach mango pie. So the nasi lemak, cucumbers, eggs, little fishies. The chicken, I think it's just a chicken joy chicken. Spicy, of course. I normally love Jollibee. It's my favorite fast food place, but this chicken is as dry as they come. I mean, the chicken skin, the flavor is delicious, very spicy. But this is a very, very dry piece of chicken. That's too bad. I even came to a Jollibee where there's a long line. If you're gonna chicken be fresh. Oh, super dry. I mean, the flavor is so awesome. The skin is great, but that dryness just ruins everything. I love the overall concept of the nasi lemak. I think the sambal is really good. The fish is nice and crispy. The rice is not really fragrant, but wow, that sambal has a huge kick. The sauce is so good. I think if the chicken was juicy, this would have been a really good combo. Actually, this part of the wing, very good. This part, driest chicken ever. This chili chicken looks phenomenal. This thing is just so drenched in the chili sauce. And these are a couple hefty pieces of chicken as well. I really like this. Chili sauce, a little sweet, very spicy. Unlike the last piece, this chicken is juicy, it's saucy, it's tender and flavorful. It kind of tastes like a chili crab sauce without the eggs that's doused on the chicken, and it's really, really good. I'm just gonna replace this dry piece of chicken with this piece inside the nasi lemak. Take this piece aside, roll it around in the sambal, splash on some little fishies. That's so much better. Tender chicken, crunchy anchovies. I love the creaminess from the egg yolk. That goes really well with the chili chicken. This piece is huge. I don't even know how exactly I'm gonna do this. This is such a multi-finger licking good piece of chicken. Love the sweet and very spicy sauce. I mean, it's a messy bite, but it is a delicious bite. I don't know why this is so juicy. This tastes like it lives out in Vegas. On top of the juiciness, the skin still has a subtle crunch to it. I mean, this made an already spicy chicken joy even spicier. I think the nasi lemak inspiration is good. Eating the chicken with little crunchy anchovies made the chicken even better. The sambal is out of this world. This is amazing. The chili chicken too. My tongue, my lips still on fire. The sweet and spicy chili sauce goes perfectly with this chicken. The skin is great. I love how it still retains a nice little subtle crunch when you take a bite. The chicken's delicious. This is a great sauce for the chicken. It definitely made up for that dry drumstick I had earlier. This is how I like to feel after a good Jollibee meal. Lips on fire, breathing hard, and all that spiciness will quickly go away after a bite of this. This is one of my favorite pies in the fast food world. Flaky, crispy, peachy, mango-y. You can taste the peach, you can taste the mango. All inside that deliciously flaky shell. I haven't been to Jollibee in such a long time. Yeah, I definitely missed this. Last fast food place of the day, Burger King in Singapore, and they have some really interesting looking items. So they have what's called the dynamite cheese meals, which includes a dynamite beef. There's also a double salmon burger. I've never seen a salmon burger in the kingdom before. I got the dynamite fries, dynamite wings, and two pies. One is a taro and the other is azuki matcha. So dynamite fries, I think with dynamite flavoring, it's spicy Korean flavoring. So maybe some kind of gochujang mixed with a cheese sauce. The cheese itself is not spicy, it's the sauce they put in addition with the cheese that's spicy. It's not really gochujang, it's some kind of spicy barbecue sauce. That's it, I like it. The barbecue sauce is smoky, it's a little sweet. Really good move, mixing it with the cheese. So the sharpness of the spicy sauce, and it is spicy. It's balanced out nicely with the gooey cheese, and the cheese is still runny and gooey and not hardened into a lump, which I appreciate. Also, the fries are really good. Crispy on the outside, really tender inside. This is very good fast food fries. This is the double flame broiled dynamite beef burger. And first glance, this is a pretty good looking burger. I mean, usually like when you take a look at a photo of a burger and then how it looks in reality, it usually looks like it's got run over by a taxi. But this is standing up very nicely. The sesame bun is pretty, 2 layers of cheese, 2 patty, the dynamite sauce on top. It's a handsome burger. This is delicious. I don't understand why Burger King is not swamped right now. I mean, I get the loyalty to McDonald's that everyone seems to have, but in my opinion, Burger King is such a far superior fast food place, and this is an amazing burger. I will want this all the time. This is delicious. Super juicy beef patty. Look at that. You guys can see the moisture and the beef juice flowing in those patties. Bun is nice and fluffy and soft. Great sesame flavor. The spicy dynamite sauce is perfect with this. The cheese is nice and runny. Beautiful texture. This is one of the best burgers I've ever had at Burger King. And usually I come to Singapore too. I always head towards McDonald's. Come give the king a try. Also, of course, that flame broiled smoky flavor that Burger King is known for is just perfect with the cheese and the spicy sauce. I wish I had like 5 more of these. For drinks, a lychee soda. This is really good. It tastes kind of like a watered down lychee calpical. Check this out. This is the dynamite wings. So it's just regular fried chicken wings. You dunk it into that spicy sauce they put on everything. I really like the sauce. Great amount of heat, subtle sweet smoky flavor. Perfect complement to wings. And these are really good wings. The wings are tender, it's juicy. Really gotta give credit to Burger King. This whole dynamite menu is fantastic. I'm feeling the burn right now all over my tongue. It's not a mild chili sauce. This thing's got tons of heat. Last burger I'm really interested in. This is the Burger King double salmon burger. Beautiful looking bun. Again, it's not squished, it's not smushed. Onions, tomatoes, looks like hopefully tartar sauce on top, couple slices of cheese, salmon patty in the middle. It's not a bad looking burger. Also, Burger King has their chili sauce here. Might be the best Burger King meal I've ever had at any Burger King in my life. This is a delicious salmon burger. Onions are fresh and crunchy. Tomatoes are plump and juicy. The salmon is perfect. The skin is light and super crunchy. Salmon itself, very tender, very succulent. Bun is perfect. Got a nice chew to it, nice airiness to it. There's tartar sauce on top. The creaminess is balanced out beautifully by the onions. The chili sauce that Burger King provides you, a little sweet, not very spicy. Put some dynamite sauce on this. It's such a good sandwich. So much better than the regular fish sandwich they have here. It's just cooked so well. I'm so impressed with Burger King right now. Jump into dessert. 2 turnovers. Ooh, this is the Terrace. Outside shell, beautifully flaky. Terrace is creamy and sweet. I think it's really good. I'm more excited about this. Azuki matcha. So azuki, if you don't know, is red beans. So there's red beans in here. There's matcha in here. I love this. I love creamy red bean filling. It's so sweet and creamy. The matcha is very matcha-y. Most importantly, every single bite, the pie is flaky, it's so crispy everywhere. It's just a really well-made dessert. Right now, every McDonald's I pass by, it's like lying out the door. Burger King, maybe about half full. And that wraps up another fast food review day here in Singapore. Conclusion, come eat at Burger King. One last thing I want to show you guys today. Every time I'm in Southeast Asia, I always look at the fruit aisle in the supermarkets. Found this today. Look at this. This is, I filmed a custard apple before, which is green and a lot bigger. This is a purple custard apple.
It's much more rare and it's supposed to be way sweeter. And inside, it looks like the green custard apple. Opening it up, you got the white flesh and big black seeds. This is so good. It's called a custard apple because the texture is literally like a custard. I feel like the flavor is kind of like a mix between an apple and a pear, more on the pear side, but it's juicy, it's really sweet. They say the purple one's supposed to be way sweeter than the green one. This is so delicious. Perfect little dessert after a long food day. As always, guys, all the places I went to listed down below for you. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.